know that you love him, but loving's not enough. It's not how you planned it, but life has some raw stuff. Life has some raw stuff. Life has some raw stuff.
Hey, pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, pleasure to meet you.
Thanks.
Yeah, loving the outfit.
Thank you very much.
Very.
Channeling some ABBA, I think.
Oh,
A little
yes.
bit with the flares.
Hey everyone, Curtis from OGAE Australia, and I'm interviewing Diddery.
How's things?
Yeah, really good. Fancy seeing you here out of all places.
Yeah, I know. I didn't expect to run into you, but here we are.
What are you doing today?
I am going to be playing one of my songs. Song very dear to my heart, and I don't know how it's going to go. It's quite a real song for me. It's very difficult, both physically and emotionally. So we'll see how I go.
Yeah, well, we're excited to see how it goes as well. So you're talking about how the song's very deep and close to you. Can you tell me how you constructed this song? Did you have any help constructing the song, or?
This was all me. I was out
Wow.
in.
Okay.
I was in a kind of cabin in southwest Victoria, looking out at the coast. And originally, I wrote the song, and I kind of gave up on it there and then. It just went into a recording folder in my phone, and I thought, I don't think it's worth anything. And 2 years later, I found myself kind of talking to someone on the phone about their breakup, and I remembered this song, and I wrote the second half there and then at the piano, and we recorded it at the piano, and it just felt right. Like I kind of felt like I placed it all, and it just sat perfectly, and I left it where it was. Yeah, I don't know. It feels quite real. Yeah.
It does. It's a very emotional song. And on the Australia Decide stage, are you trying to keep that emotional connection there and keep that connection with the audience and keep it really real and raw?
Absolutely. I want to take people to that kind of coastline, that southwest coastline, and bring people in. I kind of want to finish the night because I'm last.
Yes.
Bring everyone into the room and make it feel like we're kind of around the fire and just really together and have a bit of a cry.
Yeah. I love that. It's such a different pace from what we're used to. Even with Eurovision, sometimes it's very over the top, lots of production, but we need those moments to just slow down and just remember to take in the moment.
Yeah, I hope everyone gets to kind of exhale and just take in the amazing performances that we've taken in to perform here. And I represent songwriting from Australia. I would call myself a songwriter more than a performer, even though I do perform. And I really wanted to bring that across. I was given, a big production as an option, and I decided that a piano and myself and keeping it really intimate was the right choice for me.
You do what's right for you, and at the end of the day, that's what's going to work. Is people want things that are authentic. Looking at the last winner for Eurovision, Duncan Lawrence, all he was a piano. All it was a piano on the stage, and they did add a little light thing, but it was the piano and him on the stage that really sold it. And even another winner of Eurovision was Salvador Sobral in 20.
Salvador. Yeah, Salvador is my favorite. In fact, I think he was what convinced me to do Eurovision. I think he's just very authentic, very real, a beautiful performance, and you believe him in every note that he sings. And no one can doubt who he's being himself.
Yeah.
And, I want to portray that. I want to portray Didiri. I want to be myself.
So what is Didiri?
It's my real name. I didn't have a choice in it.
Yeah.
My parents were inspired by an indigenous word that's really similar.
Yeah.
And it means deep, quiet listening. Or the still part of a river. And there's so much writing on it by some beautiful writers that would do a better job than me. So look it up.
Yeah. And so let's talk about some of your other music. What are some of the other songs you've released? Are they different from Raw Stuff, or do they kind of have a similar feel?
I think Raw Stuff is distinctive amongst what I've put out in that it's much more of a classic production. just piano and strings. It feels much more like a Tom Waits West Side Story kind of thing.
Yep.
And that came from just the writing itself. It didn't feel like it needed the other kind of styles that I've done, which has been very... I like folly rooms, like I like kind of dropping things on other things and making weird sounds and putting in different referential stuff in my other work. And felt like it was too distracting from the core message of that song, which is that it's raw. And,
Yeah.
So yeah, it is definitely distinctive. I don't think it's separate from the world that I create with my music, and it definitely isn't separate from the rest of the work that's going to come out with raw stuff, which I intend to put out later in the year.
Oh, great. So make sure you keep watching for more of Didgeridoo's other songs that he will be releasing later in the year. And it's been lovely chatting to you and getting to know a bit more about Didgeridoo and about your song Raw Stuff. And I listened to your other works as well, and I agree there's similarities to Raw Stuff, but it is very different and unique. And it wasn't written for Australia Decides like many other artists have. It was written by you, and for an audience to listen to.
It's for whoever wants to listen to it.
That's it. I love it. Anyway, it's been lovely chatting to you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'll see you around.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you too.